What's the single most innocent question a buyer can ask that, if answered, can get a real estate agent in big ethical and legal issues? Coming up on today's episode of Ask Us Anything. Hello and welcome to another edition of Ask Us Anything, where we take your real estate questions and we answer them. It's the February 2022 edition, and I'm Theresa Grant, the team lead for Theresa Grant and Associates Real Estate Partners at Coldwell Banker SkyRidge Realty. I have today's question somewhere in our lovely little Ask Us Anything bowl. While I'm pulling it out, just remember that if you have a question about real estate, whether it's about the industry or what we do, how we do it, what's the real estate market going to become, whatever, go ahead and put a comment down below and we'll answer your question on a future episode. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's see what today's question is. All right, I'm going to read this question and then I'm going to explain why we can't answer it. Which towns on the mountain are safer for someone who is single and is going to live on their own for the first time? This is really tough because I understand the spirit of the question. And as a woman and as a real estate agent who loves her clients, I want to answer this question, but I can't, because it would not be legal for me to do so. Let me explain why. We have these things called fair housing laws, and also there's a term called steering. Basically what it comes down to is that I cannot say if one area is safer than another, just like I can't say who lives in an area or what the demographics for an area are, anything like that, I really can't advise you on, but this is what I can say. And this is actually what I do say when somebody asks me a similar question. First of all, anything you're asking me about like that is really subjective, because every one of us is different on our levels of what we think is safe or not safe. Or even, let me take it back a bit. Say somebody comes to me and says, I want a home in a really quiet location. Look, I'm spoiled. I've been on this mountain now since 1993. So to me, if I hear a cricket and it's too loud, it's noisy. A couple weeks ago, I was working with a client and they had stressed to me, we want quiet, we want quiet, we want quiet, we want quiet. And there was this one house that they really wanted to see, and it was on a street that I would personally think of as noisy, because it does get some traffic, it does get some byplay. And so we're looking at the house and they're out on the deck and I'm hearing cars go by and I'm hearing a boat in the distance, and I'm thinking to myself, this is really noisy, they're not going to want this house. And the look on their face was just like, oh, this is so nice, this is so peaceful, this is so quiet, this is so wonderful. And I said something to them like, to me this is kind of noisy, and they're like, are you crazy? Where we're coming from, this is tranquil. So they were happy with that level of noise as opposed to what I would think noisy would be. Same thing for safety or anything else. So once again, it's really subjective, and it's about you to decide where your comfort level is. Now, in regards to actual safety, part of doing your due diligence when you're buying a home is to make sure that the area matches up with your expectations. Now, here in our market area, our newspaper comes out once a week. That's it, once a week. And in the newspaper is published the sheriff's crime logs. So you could pick up a local paper for a couple weeks and kind of look at the crime logs and get an idea for that. Also, you can just go to your local law enforcement agencies and you can take a look at the crime log. And there's plenty of online resources as well that are dedicated to your safety and just giving general information about the area. I would encourage you that if there's something that is really important to you as you're looking for your home, definitely research the area. Take your time and make sure that you are taking a look in an area where you feel comfortable, you feel safe, you feel welcome, and that you can call your next home. So that's the way I'm going to answer this question. And I'm just going to remind you that I really appreciate you taking the time to tune in and listen to our Ask Us Anything questions. If you don't want to miss any of our videos, whether it's this series or another, please feel free. Actually, don't feel free. Just go ahead and hit like and subscribe. And if you know somebody who needs to see this content, share it out to them as well. The more, the merrier. I'm Theresa Grant, once again, with Coldwell Banker Skyridge Realty, and I'm here to remind you that real estate is my passion, and I love being able to share my passion with you. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.